Hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews, and this is my review for Terrifier 3.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy. Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews. Angry Andy Reviews.
Don't make me destroy you.
So, Terrifier 3. I'm going to be plainly honest with you. Prior to seeing this film, I had not seen the first two movies. I know, sacrilegious, but I felt at the time that it wouldn't really impact how I would view this film given what I'd seen in the trailers. So, yeah, I just went straight into it, and to be fair, it really didn't make any difference at all. This film is absolutely chaotic, so much so that I did end up going back and watching the first two after seeing this. It is absurdly gruesome, it's absurdly violent, it's there's a lot of questionable stuff that goes on in this film, but I can't believe how much I enjoyed it. I have to be very honest with you, I can't believe how much I enjoyed it. Having not seen the first two, I was a bit remiss about, thinking, well, should I really be watching it? Am I going to understand what's going to go on? Am I going to appreciate what the trailer seems to suggest will be the case? A blood-soaked comedy, madness, horror movie. And that's what it is. And to be fair to the film, I settled right into it. I think this film is so well crafted in terms of the mixing the absolute gore and chaos and, quite frankly, some really disturbing sequences against some really laugh out loud comedy moments. It's so cleverly done. Credit has to be given to the director, to the performers, to the writers in crafting something that is so complex in its construction, in its design, that you fundamentally are horrified by every single act that Art the Clown does in this film, but you are almost sucked in to him as well. He has this weird, alluring charisma that you just can't help but laugh at every single thing he does, because it's that well performed, it's that well shot and designed that he is arguably, I think, one of the great horror movie villains now. I think he is up there with Jason, with Ghostface as a symbol. I think he is up there. I think he challenges this idea of what a serial killer monster in a movie should be and is. I think it's incredibly well done, this movie. I am absolutely gushing about the film because, like I said, I went in not knowing. I went in not knowing anything about the story, anything about the characters, anything about this particular crazy clown guy. And I came away from it thinking, God, that was hilarious. God, that was brutal. God, I want to see more. And we are going to get more. The end of the film leaves nothing to the imagination. It's quite obvious where it's going, and the director and the performance have come out and said there is going to be more. So immediately for me, I felt I had to go back and watch the first two, and they are superb as well. I feel this film really does break through the barrier of becoming potentially a mainstream epic in that sense, a mainstream horror franchise. I think the first two might well have been sort of like under the radar a little bit, but I think this film is absolutely great. I think there's some really, really brilliantly well crafted devilish glee just going on right the way through the film. It's not afraid to really push the boundaries of what we see in a horror movie. And yeah, some of the actions are meant to be comedic, but some of them are really, really fucking brutal. Some of the visuals we see kids getting destroyed. It's really, really moments like that will shock you and designed to shock you, but then designed in a way that pulls you back into Art the Clown. You are intrigued by everything that he does. You are interested to see what he will do next, the manner in which he will craft his chaos, and some of the executions, as I will call them, are so inventive and so clever and so hilarious that you simply can't help but feel like you're a part of that. You were drawn in, you were horrified, you're trying to shy away, but yet you're always drawn back to look at everything he's doing on the screen. That, to me, is a sign of superb fucking design, superb directing, like I said, superb acting. The cinematography is great. I think the aesthetic of it being set at Christmas is fucking blinding. This is going to be one of those movies you watch at Halloween and you also draw out for Christmas. Mr. Spider-Man, this will be an alternativity story in the future. I'm telling you that now. But it's just, it's this such a charismatic movie. It's brilliantly well done. It draws in moments from films like, let's think about it. Films like Evil's Dead, for example, mixed in with slasher gore and mayhem, like Scream, like Friday the 13th, like Halloween. It draws in so much inspiration, but is able to craft and does craft its own visual style, its own visual flair, its own intensity. Quite simply, I think the character of Art the Clown is horrifying but brilliant. It's exactly what horror movies need. Horror movies can get away with ghosts and demon-like creatures like we're seeing with the Smile franchise, but with a film like this, you really need a charismatic killer in them, and crafting that is the most difficult part. Obviously, we've seen it with Freddy Krueger, we've seen it with Jason, we've seen it with Michael Myers, and we've seen it with Ghostface. And I'm saying Ghostface because I think Ghostface is the charismatic side. Whoever's wearing the mask, you know, sometimes it falls away, but it's when the mask is on, that's when the killer is at his most charismatic. And crafting a killer similar to that is, you know, just incredibly well done. I think props have to be given out to the creators for this. And yeah, I don't really want to say much more because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. Like I said, I went in completely blind on the franchise. I didn't know anything about it. I've since gone back and watched them. I understand exactly what's going on, and it is just even more chaotic than I thought it was. So, yeah, this is a great film. This is a great horror movie. If you're looking for something that is utterly gruesome, but yet oddly funny and alluring, then this is for you. If you're a fan of the slasher franchises, this is for you. If you're a fan of really charismatic and bizarrely morally questionable villains, this is the film for you. There is so much going on in this film. The set pieces are absolutely incredible. There's one particular sequence where he is dressed up as Santa Claus. You see it in the trailer. Loads of kids run to him, and the results is absolute fucking carnage. But yeah, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling that they crafted something like this and can get away with so much that's in the film. Brilliant, an absolutely brilliant film. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I would encourage you, if you're a fan of horror movies and comedy horror movies, then get out there and go and see it as well. Support the film 100%. I'm not being paid at all. I wish I was, but this film is fucking great. Brilliantly well done. I can't wait to see what they do next. So yeah, there you go. There's my review for the Terrifier 3. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel as well for more reviews like this. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.